Twin Force Fusion here. How you guys doing this morning? I've been doing some calculus to find what's the best sizing for a throttled body. And yesterday I actually took off the throttle body of a 2.3 in a Mustang. And after measurement, it's exactly the same size of the twin turbo V6 for the Fusion, the 2.7. It's at 60 millimeters. So this is the equation you need to do to properly size a throttle body. Don't worry, I got the numbers here, so you don't have to. But if you're curious, there's all kind of other calculus you could do. Gearing, tires, so on and so on, and all you have to do is hypermat.com. That's the place you want to go. I use this often in my other projects. So if you want to calculate the TB size on an EB at 2.7, you need to have the bore, the stroke, and the number of cylinders, and the max HP at the RPM. Now, for the max HP RPM, I based on the liver noise dyno graph on the 93 stage 3 version 6, whatever. So it makes its peak horsepower at 5600 RPM, and if I remember right, I think it was like 339 wheel horsepower. And the bore and stroke, actually the real number is like 3.268 and blah blah blah. So I just did 3.27 times 3.27. Number of cylinder, you put all this in here. You don't have to do it by hand, by the way. You just go on there and they'll calculate for you. So here's the recommendation. Now OEM, it's 60 millimeters. So they say the recommendation for if you do street only, it's 51.78. which is way too small. Track 59.56. So basically, the throttle body you have right now, it's perfect. Now drag, you need 20% instead of 50%. It's 62.15. So I'm gonna go with a BBK. Ford Racing also offers a 70 millimeter. That's quite big. It probably would be perfect if the RPM would be like, let's say at 7,500 or 8,000 RPM. But they say the Fusion is at 6,500 RPM. I think I don't even reach it even on S mode. I'm not sure. I have to double check it again. But a lot of time I see it shift between 63 and 64. So on the F-150, apparently the 2.7, it cuts off at 6250. So I'll be going with the 65 millimeter BBK. If you have a place that sells it cheaper, let me know. So far, they're all $500 a pop, which is, I find, quite expensive. If I compare to the 70 millimeter TB I bought for the Impala, it cost me $170 US, and I got it through Rock Auto. So, but it was an AC Delco. So for those who are not sure, it's the way you measure the TB. It's not where the air comes in, but it's really at the back, just before the composite intake. So I hope this shed some light for those who plan to do a TB. And for your information, the only information about power the 65 millimeter has, all I could find is on the Focus RS on the 2.3. The 65 millimeter BBK adds about 8 to 12 wheel horsepower. So that's all I have for you today. And again, cheers.